Okay. First thing, you are paying taxes.
Yep, I do pay taxes every year.
Uh-huh. So how important do you find paying taxes?
Well, I'm more just worried about whether or not I'll get fined. So that's more the reason I pay my taxes than anything else.
Okay. So you for what reason are you worried about being fined?
Because
You have few things or?
I mean, there's not that much understanding about tax to a lot of us, who pay tax in Malaysia. So we know that there's fines if you don't pay or you declare wrong. So we're just being cautious, and that's why I file my tax more so than anything.
Okay. So at the moment, how do you get your taxes done? Do you do it by yourself or do you get somebody to do it for you?
Because I run my own business right now, I hire a tax agent to do all my tax. I pay quite a lot, and he submits it for me. I used to use the e-filing system when I was an employee, but now when I run my own business, I use an agent.
Okay. So, I mean, do you mind if I ask you roughly how much do you pay the tax agent?
This year I paid the tax agent about 500 ringgit to file my business tax and my personal income tax.
Okay. So that seems like quite a bit of money for a small business. Presumably, at the end of the asking the tax agent to do it, do you still have to pay tax on top of that, or did you get a refund?
In this year, I got a slight refund. I didn't have to pay tax. I didn't make enough to have to pay tax.
Okay. You just needed to pay the tax agent.
Yes, the only fee I paid was to the tax agent, which was probably more than I would have paid in tax anyway, even if I made enough. Well, that's what I figure anyway.
Okay. Okay, so I mean, we hear a lot about the IRB's e-filing. Okay, so you were mentioning earlier on that you used to use the e-filing. Okay, now you're using a tax agent to do your filings. Any particular reason why you're not doing it by yourself?
I don't really understand how to use the system when it comes to filing for my business tax. I've seen the forms, but I don't. They're quite technical in financial terms, so I'm not sure how to do some of the ratios. So rather than risk filing it wrong, I hire a tax agent.
Okay, so in your business, you are running it as just a sole proprietor, or you're running it as a partnership?
I run my business as a partnership, not a sole proprietor.
Okay. So that would mean that you must submit two forms, is it? The Form P and the Form B?
Yep, I think I have to submit a Form P and a form for each partner's personal income tax, something like that. I can't really remember all the details.
Okay. So is this the apportionment that you are referring to that you don't know how to do, or are there other apportionments?
This is the main one, the main calculation of how much tax I actually owe. That's the first thing. But even for my personal tax, sometimes it's guesswork, especially when I look at the e-filing system. More often than not, I fill it in based on what I hear from people saying, "Oh, this year you can claim for this," so I'll claim for that, and that's where some of the confusion comes in.
Okay, but isn't that kind of a little bit dangerous, right? Because it's you're really going on hearsay, and at the end of the day, the LHDN is going to be holding you personally accountable for your forms. Okay, so if you're following based on something that somebody is telling you, are you not worried that you may be doing something incorrectly?
Well, I do try and double check it. I remember when I was filing it using the e-filing system, the Star newspaper had come up with an article saying what you could and what you couldn't declare for tax. So in that case, the recommendations I got from friends matched what was in the article. So I'm guessing I'm pretty safe for the 2 years I was filing personal income tax, because after that I used an agent to file my business and personal tax at the same time, since I was using an agent already.
Okay. But I guess the thing is you should also be not only worrying about what it is that you're filing, okay, in terms of like your incomes and things like that, but how do you go about making sure that you're actually taking advantage of all of the deductions that you can take advantage of, you know, or even during the year, you know, how do you know what are the things that you should be doing that have a positive tax implication on you, i.e. you are paying less, it will help you to reduce your tax. How do you do that?
I don't really. In the last 2 years, when I've been filing to an agent, I rely on their advice what's best for me. And before that, when I was an employee, if I remember correctly, you don't get many tax breaks anyway. So I don't really look up what is to my favor or not. I just run through the motions and just get it over and done with as fast as I can.
Because actually, as a business owner, there are quite a number of ways that you can reduce your tax. Okay, so but the thing is that you need to be aware of is that if you're not taking advantage of them prior to the end of the year, prior to the 31st of December, okay, then you will not be able to take advantage of it in that tax filing. Okay, so that's why I'm asking, you know, how do you take advantage of it during the year?
I keep all my receipts, so I'm pretty sure that does help. Receipts for everything, entertainment, food, travel, petrol, toll, parking, everything, because somebody once told me that you have to keep a copy of all your receipts when you run business, because a lot of it are tax deductible. Some may not be, but you don't know, so just keep it all. So that's kind of what I do, just stockpile receipts.
Okay, all right, that's great. Okay, are you generally afraid of the fines and penalties that the LHDN imposes?
Not really, because I don't really know what they are. I don't think most people know what the fines are by LHDN.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'm more just interested to know. I mean, if there was a third party software, okay, that was put out by someone other than the LHDN to help you prepare your taxes, is it something that you would use? I mean, would there be any concerns that you would have?
I wouldn't mind using it. I'd like a little bit of a track record, because you're putting quite a lot of faith in the system. But you know, if other people are using it and it comes out correct, or if I can use it and take it to the tax department and get them to double check it, then you know, I would put a lot of faith into it. Because a lot of our systems, online systems, especially run by the government, are not very good at all.
Okay, so just I guess just one last thing is, I mean, if there were some features or some things, okay, that would be on your wish list, okay, for either the e-filing or even for some online tax software, whether it was built by a third party or the IRB, what sort of things would they be?
I guess for personal tax, I'd want to see exactly what I can claim. So if it says you can only, have you bought a computer? Yes, and then that will calculate the tax for me. And it shows me 8 choices I have. And then I know that there's no guesswork there. I only can choose these are the only 8 deductions I could actually do in the year. For my business one, I would like the ability to put all my itemized costs and revenue in it, for it to calculate everything automatically. Like put in my receipts for food and travel and parking and everything, and it would calculate the financial ratios and calculate my tax for me.
Okay. All right. Hey, look, I really appreciate your time, William. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, Harry. Let's